Thank you. Mr. Schweikert is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I know the acoustics in here can be a little bit difficult. And forgive me, it's one of those moments I want to get it off my chest. When we talk about expensing, do understand, to my brothers and sisters, expensing in many ways is a timing effect. Instead of buying a piece of capital equipment and depreciating it over time, you just take it on the first. It's a timing effect. It's not a tax giveaway, because the model basically says you buy a piece of capital equipment, your cycle time gets tighter. I bought one instead of waiting 7 years and then replacing the piece of capital equipment because it's fully depreciated, I might do it next year and the year after that, and another one, because my competition. We were actually seeing in the data models that productivity was going up and tax receipts were going up because we had expensing. And turns out it's the same thing on R&D. Now, we know there's sort of an extortion game, which is sort of insane, because my Democrat colleagues will say they also agree on the R&D, but then give us something. But it's a timing effect. It's not a deduction, because it's something you would have just depreciated out. And if it increases the productivity cycle time, workers get paid more. We as a society get more productive. So please, there's a difference between a tax cut and just something where you do improve it, cash flow, and then the capital cycle. Ms. Winston, I actually have a real interest, because one of the common themes we're getting in testimony and those things is labor, workers. For you have someone knock on your door. What does it take for you to train them, get them in part, but how available is that talent to you right now?
So right now you're looking at a facility that's a great example, because I have 2 open machinist positions, and I am struggling to find people with the right skill set. So right now in manufacturing, we have a lot of open jobs, and we're going to have even more in the years to come. But unfortunately, we have a mismatch of skills. And so here in the state of Georgia, I'm proud of our technical college system. I'm proud of our apprenticeship programs, the different things that we're doing. We're committed as a company. We have interns and we have apprenticeship programs. But in answer to your question, I'm having a really hard time with people coming in the door who think they're qualified for the position, but they're not. And that's due to the 10 years that we stopped investing in the technical education of our country.
Mr. Bergman, same sort of question. Talk to me about, because look, I'm from the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. And so, we're one of your big competitors, with CNC, though I was looking for your 3D printers. And the biggest complaint I get from them is actually not access to credit, it's access to people who will just show up and then learn the profession.
Well, that's true. I mean, it was worse. After COVID, we really struggled to fill the skilled jobs. And my human resource manager was working longer than anyone else in the company, just sifting through resumes. People weren't showing up for interviews. It was really bad, but it has gotten better. One of the things that we had to do was recalibrate our benefits and our pay, and that helped. Going to flexible work schedules, that helped just make us more competitive.
Well, in many ways also, you just answered for our witness from the left. Leave and those things are just a function of salary. I'm going to pay you less if I give you these benefits. That's just, and you actually had to recalibrate your benefit package. Obviously, it probably affected salaries or long-term to get people. It's just one of our concerns is we can get some of the tax code right, we can get some of these mechanics right, but we're actually seeing all up and down, whether it be the construction industry, someone who can run a CNC machine. Where are the people? What's happened out there? We know there's something very uncomfortable in the data on young males sort of disappearing from the labor force. And if you ever have an insight please send it our way, because it's something we're all struggling with of what's actually going on in our society. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Thank you. Gentleman from Oklahoma, Mr. Hearn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for holding this hearing today in the Peach State. I'd also like to thank the witnesses for being here today. You know, as a small businessman and job creator for over 34